Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of last night's edition of Smackdown. And also, I'm going to review the mixed match challenge match that also happened. And sorry I couldn't do this video last night. Wasn't feeling that well. Wasn't feeling the greatest to do this video last night. So I'm gonna do it today, feeling a whole lot better. So I thought last night's Smackdown, I thought it wasn't that good in my opinion. I'd say Raw was much better. Raw was the much better show on Monday. But like I said, Smackdown to me wasn't that good. Smackdown was from the same arena that the Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia, which they were there all weekend. They were there from NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, and then the Royal Rumble, and then Raw, and then they concluded with SmackDown last night over there at the Wells Fargo Arena. And the show opened up with Shinsuke Nakamura coming out, and what was really weird is that when he was still doing his entrance, the word Rockstar, a Rockstar graphic came up, which looked horrible, in my opinion. It looked like they were advertising. It looked like something that they were advertising, though. But it just looked horrible, in my opinion. But Nakamura ended up coming out. He says that at the Rumble, he hit Cena with the knee to the face. He hit Roman Reigns with knee to the face. And he ends up going on to say that at WrestleMania, AJ Styles will also get a knee to the face, and he will become WWE champion at WrestleMania. And then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out. Owens, says that they both were screwed of the WWE title Sunday, and Sami says Owens was just in the moment, and thanks to the ref, Styles ended up pinning the wrong man. And Owens says to Nakamura that he won't be facing Styles at WrestleMania. It will be both him and Sami Zayn. Nakamura says to them that Styles is the winner, and he ends up calling both Owens and Sami saying that they are losers. AJ Styles ends up coming out and says to Nakamura that they should be a dream team and take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn tonight. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens say, nope, that they won't take on Styles and Nakamura tonight. And we see both Styles and Nakamura knock them off of the apron, knock Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn off of the apron, and that pretty much ended the segment. But I'd say it was okay segment with them. And then after that, we had Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn backstage. Daniel ends up saying to them that they will face Styles and Nakamura tonight, so Daniel ends up making the match official. And both of them were still complaining to Daniel about the ref's mistake on Sunday. And Owens goes to say that him and Sami both deserve another opportunity for the WWE title. Daniel ends up granting them another opportunity for the title, and he says the winner of the match will face Styles for the title, for the WWE title at Fastlane. And Daniel says the match will be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Yeah, so it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn next week on SmackDown. So that pretty much, basically, that's going to probably end this Yep Movement storyline with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So, because one of them is gonna have to face Styles at Fastlane for the title. So, but it was a little backstage segment with them. It was okay. And then we had a fatal 4-way match, and the winner will get to face Bobby Roode for the U.S. title. Bobby Roode was out there on commentary, but the opponents were Rusev versus Zack Ryder versus Kofi Kingston versus Jinder Mahal. And this fatal 4-way was okay. Wasn't the greatest though, but it was just okay. A lot of people were behind Rusev in the match. Pretty much, basically, Rusev ended up winning the match. So, but now Rusev will get to face Bobby Roode for the U.S. title. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see, because the whole crowd is behind Rusev now, which they're trying to do their best and try not to let the crowd get behind Rusev, but still. But all in all, the Fatal 4-Way was okay. Wasn't the greatest, though. But, it's good that, Rusev is getting another opportunity for the U.S. title. Because he was former United States champion. And then we had Breezango and Ascension backstage. We had Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin approach them, and they said to Breezango that what they are doing to the tag team division, to the SmackDown tag team division, is embarrassing. And Benjamin says to them that if they could beat them tonight, and if they could beat Breezango tonight, and they say the answer will be no. So. But yeah, it was just that little backstage segment with them. Now we had the Usos come out and say Sunday night they ended up beating Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin in a 2-out-of-3 falls match, and that they both are, and that both of them, both the Usos, are sweeping through the SmackDown tag team division, and they go on to say, oh, they beat American Alpha. Lockdown. And then it shows a graphic of a jail cell with the sound effect of, the cell closing, which was very cheesy. So they go on to say, oh, American Alpha, lockdown. American Alpha 2, lockdown. And it just keeps showing the jail cell graphic and, just the sound effect of it. So they say Hype Bros, lockdown. Breezango, lockdown. New Day, lockdown. And they also go to mention Cesaro and Sheamus, and then they say they're locked down. And then the Usos say that they're going to get stronger together, and that they are the best tag team on SmackDown. And yeah, I gotta say they've been impressive. After their when they turned heel, Usos have been on the roll. So, but although it was a pretty decent segment from the Usos. And then we had Harper and Rowan, Luke Harper and Erik Rowan, the Bludgeon Brothers versus these local jobbers. Squash match. Not that good of a match. They're trying to put Harper and Rowan over even more. So, but yeah, it was basically a nothing match. It was just a squash match. And then after that, we had Shane backstage. Ty Dillinger approaches him, saying that, Ty Dillinger says to Shane that the Rumble was a chance to redefine himself, because Ty Dillinger's been on a losing streak, which is sad. It's sad how the way they've been burying Dillinger because he deserves better. He deserves a whole lot better. And Baron Corbin ends up coming in, and he says to Shane that the opportunity should belong to him to get a shot, to get a shot at the WWE title. And Shane ends up making a match for Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger tonight. So it was just pretty much that backstage segment was okay. And then we had Charlotte ended up coming out saying that, who's going to be the opponent to face her at WrestleMania. But she ends up coming out. Renee interviews her about the Women's Rumble match. And Charlotte goes on to say it was proud to watch all the women in this match, have this match. And she goes on to say that she should have been in the Rumble and, make history because, it was the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. And, she says she was standing in the ring with Alexa, Asuka, and also Ronda Rousey, which Ronda didn't appear on Raw on Monday because I heard she went to Colombia to film a movie. She's gonna be in a movie with, I think, Mark Wahlberg. Not so sure about that, but that's from the news that I heard why she didn't appear on Raw. So, but she says Charlotte goes on to say that she's walking into WrestleMania, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she wants to see who will be her opponent at WrestleMania. And then out comes the Riot Squad. Ruby Riot says to Charlotte that her ego is much bigger than her father's. And Ruby says, she came out to tell Charlotte that her time is over. And that if it was up to her, Charlotte would never, ever make it to WrestleMania. And Charlotte then starts taking out the Riot Squad. She ends up throwing out Sarah Logan and the Riot Squad. Charlotte was still in the ring, the only one in the ring. The Riot Squad ended up surrounding the ring, and all three of them come back in to beat up on Charlotte and take her out. And then we see Carmella come out, and she tries to cash in her Money in the Bank. She hands it to the ref. The ref, takes the Money in the Bank, gives it to so the ring announcer there. But the ref was taking a long time, to come back in and start the match because it was still talking. And then we saw Carmella knock, the ref out of the ring because she was going to knock out Charlotte, but Charlotte ended up moving out of the way. And so that's when the ref went out of the ring. And so pretty much the match never happened. It was a little tease. But I know it's going to lead up to Carmella cashing it in at WrestleMania. She'll have her big WrestleMania moment when that happens. So I know that's pretty much what they're going to save it for. Carmella's going to cash it in at WrestleMania. Possibly becoming the new SmackDown Women's Champion. But we'll have to wait and see. But I know that's what they're setting it up for. And then after that segment, which I thought the segment was decent with Charlotte. Charlotte had some nice words to say. And then after that we had Shinsuke Nakamura and Styles in the locker room. Nakamura ends up telling Styles, he wants to beat him at WrestleMania. And, Styles was like, "Are you serious, bro?" He's like, "Are you serious?" And then Nakamura was like, "I'm just messing with you." So, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty funny. Good little backstage segment with them. And then we had Renee Young interviewing Carmella. It was a short little interview. And Renee was like to Carmella, "Oh, bad luck out there." And Carmella says she wasn't going to cash in the briefcase because she had a broken nail. It was funny though. It's funny how the way she said that. And then after that we had Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger. And this match was okay. Wasn't great though, but it was just Corbin just taking out Dillinger. Corbin ended up getting the win with the end of days on Ty Dillinger to score the win. And the burial of Ty Dillinger still continues. Sad how the way Ty's been being booked. Because this is a guy who was so over with the crowd in NXT. He had all the NXT crowd just behind him going 10-10. They really liked him. And nowadays, you know, after being brought up to the main roster, wins a few matches, and then burial just started going and continuing. Still, Dillinger is he's good in the ring. The crowd likes him. They're behind him, you know, chanting 10-10. Guy is good in the ring and deserves a whole lot better than what they're doing with him. You know, he's been off TV. He's been off TV for quite a while. Just the guy deserves more. But all in all, it was an okay match. Like I said, wasn't that great of a match. Then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn backstage. Sami says to Owens that, you know, one of them is getting a title opportunity, and Sami says, you know, he won't fail in this tag team match tonight. So it was pretty much basically that. Then we had Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin versus Breezango. To me, this was a boring match, in my opinion. Just nothing really interested me in this match. It was slow. Gable and Benjamin won it with the double team on Breezango. So it was a boring match, in my opinion. Then we had the main event, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And this match, it was a decent main event. Not perfect, though. But it was basically just Kevin Owens in this match. Kevin Owens was just, you know, dominating this match against Nakamura and Styles. Owens and Sami were bickering back and forth through this match. Yeah, at one point in the match, Sami ends up walking off because, you know, they had to do this because Sami is going to be competing in the mixed match challenge with Becky Lynch after this. So it wouldn't make sense for Sami if Nakamura and Styles beat up Sami. There would have been no point in Sami, you know, going on, you know, with the mixed match challenge just to get his ass kicked by Strowman. But Sami ended up getting back into the match, and, you know, a little bit in the match, and you know, basically it was just, like I said, Owens just taking control of the match against Nakamura and Styles. And yeah, at one point where Styles ended up kicking Owens into Sami, and Sami wanted nothing to do with the match anymore because, of course, you know, he's going to be competing in the mixed match challenge. So Sami took it a little easy. You know, took it a little easy and walked backstage. So Nakamura and Styles won the match. Nakamura ended up hitting the Kinshasa on Kevin Owens to score the win for him and Styles. So it's pretty decent main event. And then he had, after the match, Renee Young approaches Sami Zayn, saying, is the friendship over? And Sami Zayn goes on to say, it's time for him to be champion. And he goes on to say the friendship between him and Owens is not over. And he says, he's going to beat Owens next week and go on to beat Styles and become WWE champion. And that pretty much ended SmackDown. So, but it was a decent main event. Although, it was just Owens. It was just basically Owens, in this match, taking on Nakamura and Styles, while, Sami had to take it easy. And now for the mixed match challenge match. It was Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss versus Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch. And this match was okay. Pretty much this was basically like a women's match, because it was just Alexa and Becky going at it through, I'd say, maybe 85% of the match, because Sami Zayn didn't want to get in the ring with Braun Strowman. And, it was at one point where Becky ended up tagging in Sami Zayn, but Sami was, paranoid to go up against Strowman, so he ended up tagging back in Becky, and then he just tagged Becky. Then Becky tagged him again, and so it was basically Strowman and Sami, and Strowman ended up just throwing Sami all over. So basically, it was just Braun Strowman just throwing around Sami around the ring. And it was pretty much basically, like I said, 85% was Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch. But Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss got the win. Alexa hit in Twisted Bliss on Becky to score the win for her and Strowman. So, but it was okay. It was an okay match, though. But it was basically just a woman's match to me, in my opinion, because it was little of Strowman and Sami. Like I said, it was just Strowman throwing Sami all over. So, and then for next week's mixed match challenge, it's going to be Naomi and her husband, Jimmy Uso, versus Goldust and Mandy Rose. And originally, Goldust's partner was Alicia Fox, but due to Alicia's injury, Mandy Rose is going to replace her, and so that's a good pairing right there. Goldust and Mandy Rose. We'll see how this match goes next Tuesday. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's it for my review of last night's edition of SmackDown and also the mixed match challenge. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until the next video, I'll see you all later.